Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. The only source of knowledge is experience. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. Before God, we are all equally wise and equally foolish. If you are out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Failure is success in progress. Don't listen to the person who has the answers. Listen to the person who has the questions. The more I study science, the more I believe in God. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Thinking is hard work. That's why so few do it. Everyone knew it was impossible until a fool who didn't know came along and did it. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Be a voice, not an echo. 3 great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. Don't wait for miracles. Your whole life is a miracle. Genius is making complex ideas simple, not making simple ideas complex. A problem defined is a problem half solved. A ship is always safe at the shore, but that is not what it is built for. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else has ever thought. I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in the silence, and the truth comes to me. Creativity is intelligence having fun. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Never underestimate your own ignorance. Student is not a container you have to fill, but a torch you have to light up. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Most people see what is and never see what can be. Success comes from curiosity, concentration, perseverance, and self-criticism. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Those who have the privilege to know have the duty to act. I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking. Adversity introduces a man to himself. You can't use an old map to explore a new world. Nothing happens unless something moves. I'm more interested in the future than in the past, because the future is where I intend to live. Intelligence is not the ability to store information, but to know where to find it. Women always worry about things that men forget. Men always worry about things women remember. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. You never fail until you stop trying. Never do anything against conscience, even if the state demands it. Don't let your brain interfere with your heart. It is important to foster individuality, for only the individual can produce the new ideas. The best design is the simplest one that works. God reveals himself in the orderly harmony of what exists. At least once a day, allow yourself the freedom to think and dream for yourself. Scientists investigate that which already is. Engineers create that which has never been. Work is the only thing that gives substance to life. Force always attracts men of low morality. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. The only mistake in life is the lesson not learned. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. Matter is spirit reduced to point of visibility. Do not grow old, no matter how long you live. If I were to remain silent, I'd be guilty of complicity. The mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size. When the solution is simple, God is answering. Never memorize what you can look up in a book. Future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself. The definition of genius is taking the complex and making it simple. You do not really understand something unless you can explain it to your grandmother. Creativity is the residue of time wasted. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. Condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. The most important decision we make is whether we believe we live in a friendly or hostile universe. If at first the idea is not absurd, then there is no hope for it. The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. Striving for social justice is the most valuable thing to do in life. Man can find meaning in life only through devoting himself to society. Compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. It is only to the individual that a soul is given. The world we have created is a product of our thinking. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Life isn't worth living unless it is lived for someone else. A human being is part of a whole called by us the universe. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Time is an illusion. Necessity is the mother of all invention. True art is characterized by an irresistible urge in the creative artist. Truth is what stands the test of experience. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The human spirit must prevail over technology. Nothing happens until something moves. Bureaucracy is the death of all sound work. The ancients knew something which we seem to have forgotten. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Nothing truly valuable can be achieved except by the unselfish cooperation of many individuals. If I can't picture it, I can't understand it. If the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts. Knowledge of what is does not open the door directly to what should be. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. It is strange to be known so universally and yet to be so lonely.